Good evening. I welcome you to Strange Nexus, your portal to the realms of the strange, spooky, and unexplained. On tonight's episode, we hear from investigative reporter Emily Hart. She shares the details of her one-on-one exclusive interview with a fallen angel.
The ancient mansion stood like a sentinel against the fading light, its Gothic architecture shrouded in an aura of mystery. The air was heavy with a sense of foreboding as I ascended the stone steps, my heart pounding in anticipation. I was about to face a being that defied both logic and belief, a fallen angel. The stories had whispered through the shadows, tales of a celestial being who had plunged from grace and now walked the earth with the weight of his sins. My name is Emily Hart, a journalist driven by a thirst for truth, and I was about to embark on a journey that would challenge the very fabric of reality. The heavy oak door creaked open, revealing a dimly lit room bathed in flickering candlelight. A figure stood at the center, tall and imposing, with ebony wings that seemed to absorb the very light around them. His eyes, a piercing shade of crimson, met mine as I entered, and a chill swept over me like a gust of icy wind. "Welcome, Miss Hart." His voice resonated, deep and melodic, like a symphony that held both beauty and sorrow. I steadied my trembling hands and gripped the recording device, determined to capture every detail of this encounter. "Thank you for agreeing to meet with me." The fallen angel inclined his head, his eyes never leaving mine. "The opportunity to tell my story is a rare one. It is only fitting that a journalist should bear witness." I cleared my throat, my voice betraying a hint of unease. "Let's begin, shall we? How did you fall from grace?" He sighed, a sound that held eons of regret. "I was once an angel of light, created to serve the divine will. I dwelled in the realms beyond mortal comprehension, basking in the radiance of celestial beauty." I leaned forward, captivated by his words. "What led to your fall?" His gaze grew distant, as if he were reliving the memories etched into his very essence. Pride, the deadliest of sins, gnawed at the edges of my being. I questioned the Creator's commands, dared to challenge the hierarchy of existence. It was a thirst for power, for independence, that lured me to the precipice of rebellion. He described the celestial uprising in vivid detail, the clash of angels, the echoes of heavenly thunder, and the searing pain of his wings being cast down from the heavens. The room seemed to resonate with the echoes of a cosmic battle as he spoke, and I shivered involuntarily. "Cast down from my rightful place, I plummeted to earth," he continued, his voice carrying a mixture of anguish and defiance. "My wings, once radiant, now bore the scars of my transgressions. I was stripped of my name, cast into darkness, and left to wander this mortal realm for all eternity." The weight of his words pressed upon me as I struggled to grasp the enormity of his fall. "And what have you done since then?" The fallen angel's lips curled into a bitter smile. "I have wandered through the ages, bearing witness to the follies and triumphs of humanity. I have seen empires rise and crumble, witnessed the boundless potential for both good and evil that resides within the human heart." He recounted his experiences through history, from the shadows of ancient civilizations to the modern world that teemed with chaos and innovation. His tales painted a picture of a world in constant flux, where humanity's struggles mirrored his own inner turmoil. "As the centuries passed, my connection to the divine grew faint," he admitted, his voice tinged with sorrow. "The celestial realm became a distant memory, and I found myself enmeshed in the intricate tapestry of mortal existence." I leaned closer, my fingers gripping the edge of the table. "Is there no redemption for you?" His gaze bore into mine, his crimson eyes filled with a complex blend of emotions. "Redemption, Miss Hart, is a luxury denied to those who have fallen as I have. The weight of my sins is too great, the chasm between me and the divine too vast to bridge." I couldn't help but feel a pang of sympathy for the fallen angel before me, a being cursed to bear the burden of his mistakes for eternity. "Have you ever regretted your choices?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. A moment of silence lingered, heavy and pregnant with unspoken truths. "Regret is a tempest that rages within me," he confessed, his tone heavy with emotion. "But it is a fire that burns alongside the knowledge that my actions were my own." As the fallen angel's story unfolded, I found myself drawn deeper into his world, a world where the boundaries between light and darkness were blurred, and the weight of his fall permeated every aspect of his existence. "But even in darkness, there is a glimmer of hope," he said, his voice softer now, almost vulnerable. "In the eyes of humanity, I have glimpsed acts of compassion, selflessness, and love that defy the very nature of the fallen world I now inhabit." He spoke of moments of redemption he had witnessed, selfless sacrifices, unbreakable bonds, and the enduring resilience of the human spirit. The room seemed to brighten as he shared these stories, as if the very walls absorbed the warmth of his words. As the interview drew to a close, the fallen angel's wings rustled, their shadowy presence casting a surreal beauty upon the room. I could sense that our time together was coming to an end, and the weight of the revelations he had shared settled upon my shoulders. "Thank you, mister." I hesitated, realizing that I hadn't asked for his name. He smiled softly. "Call me Lucian." "Thank you, Lucian, for sharing your story," I said, my voice tinged with a mixture of gratitude and sadness. He inclined his head, his crimson eyes holding mine for a moment longer. "Remember, Miss Hart, that darkness is not the absence of light, but rather a canvas upon which the choices of the soul are painted. My fall serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder of the consequences of pride and the eternal struggle for redemption." As I left the mansion and stepped out into the fading daylight, I couldn't shake the feeling that I had witnessed something far beyond the realm of human understanding. The fallen angel's story echoed in my mind, a haunting melody that resonated with the complexities of existence, choice, and the eternal search for meaning. And as I walked away from that enigmatic encounter, I couldn't help but ponder the fragility of the human soul, forever caught between the light and the shadows.
This reality never ceases to amaze me. What a tale. Now click subscribe and like this video for more Strange Nexus.